Hi guys, Kekgu here, and today I'll be bringing you a meta comparison between the Royal Venus Blade and the Acid Shredder 2. So the Acid Shredder 2 and the Venus Royal Blade are two of the three viable greatswords currently out in Iceborne, and as we saw in the previous video, the Royal Venus Blade defeated the Moogle Dharma for second place in the Greatsword meta. However, it still falls short of the Acid Shredder 2 in terms of EFR. But how much better is Acid Shredder 2 compared to the Royal Venus Blade? Especially comparing that the Royal Venus Blade has 40 hits of purple, and the Acid Shredder 2 gets 10 hits of purple. So let's find out. So in the base, without the mantles on, the Acid Shredder 2 is able to receive an effective raw of 755.05. And the Royal Venus gets up to an effective raw of 748.58. So that is so the Moogle Dharma, Acid Shredder 2 is 0.9% better in terms of EFR than the Royal Venus Blade whenever there is no mantle on. So let's turn on the mantles for both. So with the mantle on, the Royal Venus goes up to 782 EFR, and the glider mantle on for the Acid Shredder 2. So Acid Shredder 2 goes up to 784 EFR, while the Royal Venus Blade stays at 782 EFR. So that's a very, 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 very marginal difference of 2 EFR, and I won't even calculate the percentage on that because it's so low. It's too marginal for it to even make a difference. And finally, the Acid Shredder 2, the strong point of this build is that it's using Flawless 3 and Agitator. It's always any mantle that you have on here, it's always consistent with damage. It stays at 784 EFR, and since the mantles are using 2 main jewels on the glider mantle, anytime Flawless is down, anytime glider mantle is down, waterproof is up. Anytime waterproof, iceproof, thunderproof, or fireproof mantle is down, the glider mantle is up. So effectively, that Shredder 2 remains at 784 EFR at all times. And the same goes for, however, the same can't be said for the Royal Venus Blade, because as soon as the glider mantle is down, fireproof mantle is up. However, the EFR drops down by 12. 770. And let's calculate the percentage of the difference between the two EFRs. 784 minus 770. So that is a difference of 1.8% damage. So the Royal Venus Blade, on average, is So the Royal Venus Blade on average is lacking in damage by 1.2%. And so the difference between the Acid Shredder 2 and the Royal Venus Blade is 1.2% EFR. That's not a lot. However, for those that really, really want to maximize their DPS, I guess the Acid Shredder 2 is the option for you. However, I think it comes down to the difference in the playstyle that you want. Acid Shredder 2 build, it only comes with 10 hits of purple, and it relies on Master's Touch. So it requires the attacker to always be on always be on the monster at the critical spots, while Royal Venus Blade gives you flexibility in terms of where you can hit the monster. Because it has 40 hits of a base purple, and it's not Master's Touch reliant. So, what can we gather from the two comparisons? And what is the better weapon? I would say that the Royal Venus Blade comes out on top for my choice, because I think 40 hits of purple without having to rely on 10 hits of Master's Touch purple is very nice, and the only trade-off between the two is 1.2% damage. So 1.2% damage is not a lot. It's almost abysmal, and you get so much chances to hit the monster on the critical spots without. So when you're fighting something like Lunastra or even Lavasia or something like that with or even Lunar Gigante, I would always go for the Royal Venus Blade. However, for monsters with squishier spots and easier critical spots, I would always go with the Astro Shredder 2. So that's what it comes down to. And for the looks department, Royal Venus Blade wins hands down. So the difference is only 1.2% EFR. So those that don't really like how the Astro Shredder 2 looks, then you can go for the Royal Venus Blade without any repercussions. So yeah, I would say this meta battle is a tie.